Greetings, Chapter 5 for Quickbooks. So we are going to begin this Chapter 5 by making sure that our figures are in line with all the homework and the exercises that we had to complete in Chapter 4. So in starting with this chapter, we'll take a look at the business overview, and we'll want to make sure that our profit and loss is showing the $8,570 with a breakdown of income of $16,000 and expenses of $73.40. We have our expenses broken down in these categories here, and you just want to make sure that they are in fact correct. Okay. Our bank account should show a balance of $60,545.59, as you see right here, $60,545.59. If your numbers do not agree with this, then look at the net income and compare it to the figures that we are showing this year. Go to the reports journal on showing October 1st, 23 to November 12th, 23, and look for any errors. Go to the expense transactions. So if you go to here, expenses, expense transaction, we're going to look at November 1st through November, is it 12th? 12th of 23. So we will custom November 1st through November 12th. What did I do? And when we look at all of these transactions, 18,787.97 is what we should have in total. Confirm that everything you have matches what is on figure 5.4. And your sales transactions should also match here, the 10,610. So we will have invoicing, sales, all transactions, how about I go to reports, sales transactions. Can I get anything like that? No, I think I'm going to have to go customers, sales transactions, invoicing, all sales, all transactions, and I believe I need it to show Don't think that's what I want. I want just November 9th, 10th, and 12th. So can I custom? Yep. A custom November. And if I put in dates, November 1st through the 12th, this is what I'll come up with, the 10,610. Okay. If you don't balance, what if my account balances don't agree? Check the expense transactions, the sales transactions, and the trial balance. If they don't agree, go back to the original transactions and make the changes you need to make and try it again. Before we add customers, we're going to check on the gear tool. We're going to go to Account Settings, Advanced, and in other preference areas, the customer label shows customers. So in the gear setting, we'll go Counts and Settings, we're going to go to Advanced, and in the other preference areas, we will make sure the customer label says customers. Customer label says customers. Okay? To click Edit, warn selections are on. Warn if duplicate check numbers are used. Warn if I enter a bill that's already been used. Warn if duplicate journal entries are used. Click Sales. In the Sales Form Content area, click the pencil to edit. So I think that means we need to go back to the gear, Counts and Settings, click on Sales. In the Sales Form Content area, click Edit right here. Okay. Custom transaction numbers and tags should be on. So the custom transaction numbers should be on. The service date is off. Everything's off, but the tags are on, and we have those on here. Okay. We'll save it, and then we're done. Observe the dashboard's bank account balance shows $60,545.59. $60,549.59. New customers are added on the customer form. Once the information is saved, the customer name appears in the list. Once a customer is added, you can select the customer name to see information about the customer. From the customer record, edit the profile to make changes, or click Create Invoice to create an invoice or sales receipt. So in order to create a new customer, we're going to select Sales and New Customer. Now we know this is going to be Customers and Leads, Customers. We'll click on New Customer. Company name is eBiz. eBiz. The phone is 302-555-2000. $800 West 2nd Ave in Delaware, Wilmington. $19801. So we've put everything in there according to figure 510. Scroll down the customer form to additional information. eBiz is located in Delaware, where there is no sales tax. Complete these fields. The customer is tax exempt, so we will show in additional information, taxes. This customer is tax exempt. Reason, state government. Exemption details, no sales tax in Delaware. Opening balance, I did not put that in. I'll have to go back as November 1st, 2023. Okay. Select Sales, Customers, New Customer, and then we're going to key in this new customer. Law offices of Williamson, Gallagher and Katz. (907-8134). Piedmont Ave Northwest, Anchorage, Alaska, 99510. And this customer is tax exempt because there's no sales tax in Alaska. So again, notes and attachments. This customer's tax exempt. No sales tax in Alaska. We show this will be November 1st, 23, and we'll save that one. Then we will go to add another customer. Invoicing, customers, new. This one is Springfield Unified School District. $217-555-5500. The address, 4892 Clear Lake Ave. Springfield, Illinois, 62703. And for sales tax, when this customer's invoice, 6.25% sales tax is added for Illinois. I'm just seeing if there's anywhere we put that. Sales tax rate, 6.25. I guess I'll put a note. 6.25% sales tax. Then we'll add the next customer, Permanente Medical Service. Permanente Medical Service. Five two five 555-9000. $255 West 3rd Street, 85704. Sales tax will be added to invoices. So we'll make a note. Now, we'll go to Reports. We'll go to Customer Contact List. We've got our cash sales, eBiz, law offices, Permanente, Springfield Unified School District. Okay, we've got everything in there. We can export this to Excel and save it as a PDF. So we can export it to Excel. Once it's in Excel, we can save this. We'll save this. There's Chapter 5, Customer Contact List. Okay. Customer invoices. If customers are billed after the sale is made, create an invoice. So student name, sales, and service can be paid later. If the customer pays you at the time of the sale, enter a sales receipt. So we're going to create an invoice if the customer will pay us later. We will create a sales receipt when the customer pays us at the time of the sale. When the customer pays the invoice, you can record the payment from the customer's or receive payments selection. To see a list of invoices and their due dates, run the accounts receivable aging summary. For regularly sent invoices, set up a recurring transaction to be reminded to enter the invoice. Accounts receivable are what we use when customers owe your business. Credit transactions from customers are called accounts receivable transactions. The transaction we're going to work with right now is November 15th. We sold 5 data storage products on account to eBiz for $150. Invoice 1007. This customer is located in Wilmington, Delaware, where there is no sales tax. So what we'll do is we're going to go to Customers, eBiz, and we can create an invoice. The invoice will be invoice 1007. Here is invoice 1007. The product is data storage. We will show 5. Uncheck tax since there's no sales tax in Delaware. The invoice date we should show as November 15th. This invoice date, we're going to show it as November 15th. And there is no sales tax. This customer's tax exempt because they don't have sales tax in Delaware. Then we will create Save and New. So Save and New. Save and New. And now the account distribution for invoice 1007 is shown on the next page. To see it, we could go to Reports, Journal, and do the report for November 15th. So we can go back to Reports, Journal, and just create a custom report for November 15th. So this report just shows us that we have it going to the accounts receivable, the sales, the merchandise inventory, and the cost of goods sold. Okay, next we're going to complete these transactions. The first one is on November 15th, we sold 2 network products on account to the law offices of Williamson, Gallagher, and Katz. So we'll November 15th, customers, We'll create an invoice. And this invoice is 1008. Sold 2 network products. So we will go down here. Network products. We sold 2. There is no sales tax. This is November 15th. And we can save and new. The next is we, on November 15th, completed 3 webinars on account for Permanente Medical Services. Webinars. This happened to me before where I'm just going to exit the page and reload it. This will be Permanente, March 15th. Product or service, 3 webinars. Three webinars on account. And we are going to add sales tax of 6.10%. But it looks like this, it shows invoice 1009, complete 3 webinars on account, 6.10%. And we have sales tax. It looks like it is 6.10%. Invoice total is $16.47. So for the webinars, we're showing an invoice 1009. We're showing the 3 webinars with the sales tax, and we're going to save and new. Now the next one is we sold 1 web server on account to Springfield Unified School District on November 15th. So we want to make sure November 15th, Springfield Unified School District, and we show we sold one web server on account. Now, the Illinois sales tax is 6.25%. To add the Illinois sales tax, we're going to show a custom rate. So we've got the sales tax. We will edit the sales tax. Do you click sales tax for this agency? Complete these fields. Illinois Department of Revenue. And the rate is 6.25%. So that's $25 we will collect to the Illinois Department of Revenue. The default for add a custom sales tax rate is single. This is correct. We'll do 6.25%, and then we will click Save. The invoice 1010 shows the $25 in sales tax. Then we will click Save and Close. On the chart of accounts, let's add 208 as the account number for Illinois Department of Revenue Payable. So we'll go to Accounting, Chart of Accounts, and we'll go and find Illinois Department of Revenue. And we will edit the number 208. Illinois Department of Revenue. Due to changes in state sales tax regulations, some of these amounts can change. Whoops. QuickBooks database updates may also change automatic sales tax calculations. But we will just utilize the sales tax information that we are seeing in the book. In Chapter 4, Arizona sales taxes are added for cash sales. Later in the book, Arizona sales tax are added for credit card sales. The chart below shows which customers pay sales taxes, the sales tax agency, and the sales tax rate used with the transactions in the textbook. So you see the Arizona Department of Revenue is all at 6.1%, and Springfield, the Illinois Department of Revenue, is at 6.25%. Sales taxes are added for the Arizona and Illinois sales. What if the sales tax amount automatically calculated does not agree with the transaction? We can override the amount shown. You just click on the amount, type in what we see for sales tax, show other as the reason, and move on. The navigation bar includes a taxes selection right there. We need a bit more information. You can click Add Filing Frequency, which is how often do you file the sales tax. So we can say taxes, sales tax. How often do you file sales tax? You can see based on how much you receive, shows if you pay it annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. And you can do the same for the other agency too. And then in Illinois, you can see to file it annually, your monthly liability can only be $50. So each state has its unique guidelines. Okay. After selecting Save, you return to the sales tax due. Read the shortcuts to make sure both Arizona and Illinois are shown as tax agencies. Select the Sales Tax Settings link. So we can do Sales Tax Setting link. Let me just go back and make sure that I've put this in correctly. So we're going to file Illinois quarterly and Arizona quarterly. So we'll file each one quarterly. And we'll save that. Okay? So Arizona, the start of the tax period was in January, and we've got the two agencies. Sales tax setting, each one is set up as quarterly. When credit customers are dissatisfied, one option is to issue an immediate refund or credit memo. A credit memo affects the customer's balance. What is the difference between a credit memo or a refund? With credits, you hold the amount in the customer's account and apply it to a sale later. With a refund, you write a check. For the transaction shown, you're going to issue a credit memo so the customer's balance is affected. After the transaction description, steps are shown for recording it. So you see, on November 16th, eBiz returned one USB flash drive and received a $30 reduction in the balance, credit memo 1011. The way in which we'll do this is we will select New Credit Memo. So we'll go to New Credit Memo, and we'll choose eBiz as the customer. We'll make the date November 16th. And credit memo 1011, if it doesn't automatically show up, we will put that figure in. Select data storage, and we'll put in 1. Product, data storage, 1 for $30. So we will show the $30. If the total credit field does not show $30, click on a blank part of the credit memo page. Click on the down arrow next to Save and Send and select Save and Close. Credit Memo 1011 saved. The account distribution for the return is shown below. To see that your customer transactions and refunds have been recorded, display the accounts receivable register. From the navigation bar, we'll go to Accounting, Chart of Accounts, and then Accounts Receivable. So Accounting, Chart of Accounts, we'll click on the Accounts Receivable register. And here you can view the register where you see the ending balance is at $931.47. Ending balance here, $931.47. Here you see the credit. There are a variety of QuickBooks accounts: the bank, assets, liabilities, equity, income, and expenses. Registers are a great way to look at transactions and amounts associated with a particular account. The Accounts Receivable Register shows all customer invoices and the customer credit memo. The Accounts Receivable Aging Detail also shows the accounts receivable balance. So in order to find this, we can go to Reports like I was trying to do earlier and find the Accounts Receivable Aging Detail. And here, Custom, as of November 15th, 23. You see, we're going to see the same thing here. Once you issue an invoice to a customer, that customer owes your business money. It's easy to apply customer payments in QuickBooks. From the Customers page, select the customer, then Receive Payment. Or we can go to New, Receive Payment. So we're going to look at eBiz. On November 29th, we received payment from eBiz. So we can go to Invoicing, Customers, eBiz, Receive Payment. Will show it was November 29th. Payment method was a check. The reference number is 9346. Deposit to 101 checking, and the amount received is $120. Okay. Amount received, 120. We will click Save and New. Now we'll complete these transactions here. We received a $100 check on November 29th from the law offices of Williamson, Gallagher, and Katz. Whoops. So we will Williamson, Gallagher, and Katz. On November 29th, we received a check of $100 in payment of the November 15th invoice, check number 4032. Next, we received a $286.47 check from Permanente Medical Service in payment of the November 15th invoice, check 901. Permanente, November 19th, check, reference 901. 286.47. We received $425 from the Springfield Unified School District. Check. Check number 8422. We'll click on that. Then we sold the following items for cash. So we sold the following 10 data storage products. So now I'm just going to X out of here, and we're going to show a new customer cash sales, create an invoice. It's not going to be create an invoice because it's going to create a sales receipt. So it's going to be a new transaction, sales receipt, and we're going to show we sold 10 data storages. Let's make sure we have the date right. November 29th. 10 data storages. Then we have 3 network products. Then we have 2 webinars. balance is $630. Arizona sales tax is $610. Amount received is $668.43. We can type number 211 in the reference for a check number. Reference 211 will show the sales. We received payment method, check. And we can save and close. Okay. Then we have one more we're going to do. Just want to make sure I have this set up. We did sell those items. Now the next one, on November 30th, we sold one web server for cash. So we're going to add another new transaction, sales receipt, on November 30th. And we're going to have one web server, cash, web server, one, sales tax is 6.10. Okay, it tells us payment method is check, reference 3001. So I'm going to say check, reference 3001. $424.40 is the amount for this next transaction. We'll close that. Okay. So now we're going to look at reconciliation for November. You receive a bank statement each month for the checking account, which shows the checks deposits from November 1st through 30th. So we'll use the bank statement to reconcile the account. We'll go to accounting. We'll go to chart of accounts. And we'll double click on checking 101. Accounting, chart of accounts, and we'll double click on checking. Okay. The bank register shows the newest transactions first. If not, to change the order, click on the date column. So if it's not showing the newest ones, you can click on the date column and it will adjust it. We should have an ending balance of $62,569.89, which we do. The bank statement's ending balance includes a $20 service fee. Before you reconcile the checking account, check the October 31st reconciliation report from the Check 101 Checking Bank Register page. Select Reconcile. Read the pop-up message. Want to view or print the previous reconciliation. So when we go to Reconcile, it will say add the following information. Last statement ending date, October 31st, 2023. We had an ending balance of $50,803. So you can go and look if you want to view it, and you want to make sure your October 31st ending balance shows the $50,803. If it doesn't, then you can go to Appendix A in this book for unreconciling a transaction. So we will go and reconcile, link on the reconciliation page, link to a bank register to click Reconcile. So we're going back, Reconcile. We're linking to a bank register, 101 checking. Click Reconcile to reconcile 101. So here's the statement, bank statement showing here for all the different information. Complete these fields. Fields with an asterisk are required. The beginning balance automatically pops up for us. Our ending balance we need to show is $62,549.89. $62,549.89. November 30th, 23. Enter service charges. We have $20 as a service charge on November 30th. $20. Then we are going to begin the reconciling and look at this page here. We have these dates in. We showed the $20 service charge, and then we will start reconciling. Read the pop-ups. The bank statement shows that all checks and deposits cleared. Make sure the difference here is at 0. So we want to make sure we're going to show all these checks cleared. We're going to select all so we see our difference is 0. It tells us to do that. If you notice a mistake, then click Edit. We can now finish, and we've reconciled this account. Click View Reconciliation Report. The reconciliation report ending November 30th, 2023 will appear. I think we need to get out of there. Let's see if I can go to Reconcile and Reconciliation Report. And I can view the November 30th Reconciliation Report. As you see, your reconciliation report should match the books. Okay? Save the reconciliation report as Excel so you can save it to an Excel or a PDF file, okay? To save it as an Excel, you can highlight it, right-click, highlight it, right-click, and cut and paste it into an Excel. Highlight all the information on the reconciliation report, right-click and copy. So to save it, all the information on the reconciliation report, you right-click, you copy, and you can put it into, paste it into an Excel. Now again, you're going to have to, change your tabs, change your widths to your tabs, change your fonts so you present a nice report here. You're going to have to change all these, the size of your fonts here. And I would also make sure that this account has the formatting correctly. Anyway, maybe I've got them too big at a 12 font, but you guys can adjust it. You're going to save this report as it says. Call it Chapter 5 _ November 30th Reconciliation Report. Please save it in an Excel, and that Excel will be saved as a PDF, and then also save as a PDF, just so you've got two different copies. Again, our bank account balance now will show $62,549.89. The dashboard also shows this year's profit and loss to be $9,510, as you see right here. The expenses of $8,410 are shown, and the breakdown is available for you to compare. You see the sales, $17,920 this fiscal year. Drill down on the profit and loss, and you'll see the total expenses of $22,450.41, and total cost of goods sold are $5,960. The dashboard's expenses of $8,410.41 are the P&L's total expenses plus the cost of goods sold. You can find a list of transactions based on information that you enter, such as the date range, amount, and type of transaction. two types of searches we're going to look at now, by date and by transaction. After signing in, if you're unsure where to start, advanced search may be useful. So we can click on the hourglass to find an advanced search. In the search field, select all transactions, add filter. The date filter will be 11/15/23 to 11/30/23. Here it is. Just go to advanced search. And we're going to have the date, filter. Let me just make sure I'm doing this right. In the search field, select all, and then we'll add filters. Just want to make sure I did that right. And then we apply. Then you should see all the transactions from November 15th through November 30th. Transactions, which is what we have right here. 12 transactions. The search page includes other criteria. For example, click on the down arrow next to all transactions. Select credit memos. In the Enter Customer field, select eBiz and search. So we can check. We'll show credit memos. And we'll say eBiz. And we can search. Or we can also, in the search field, select all transactions. In the select reference number field, select amount 425 and search. We can do reference number, let me see what I just did wrong here. In the reference number, select amount. So in the reference number, amount is 425, and here we can see the Springfield School District, the payment and also the invoice. When you do an advanced search, the last modified date shows when you completed the transaction. The date shown as the author's your last modified date. It's going to differ. Your transaction dates will be the same. For example, November 29th, 2023 for the payment and November 15th, 2023 for the invoice. We've got the same as the author, even though the year is different. Products and services. On invoices and other sales transactions, you don't choose income accounts directly. Instead, you choose products or services which are associated with income accounts. Choosing a product or service determines where the transaction is categorized on your profit and loss report. To check products and services, go to the tool, Products and Services, More, Run Report. We'll go to the icon, Products and Services, More, Run Report. So here you see the quantity, you see the items, the type, the description, price, cost, and quantity on hand. Now that you've completed customer transactions, the price, rate, and quantity fields differ from what we did in the previous chapters for product and service list. Export this to Excel and save as a PDF file using the file name Chapter 5 Products, Services, Lists. So you can export to Excel and you will save it as Chapter 5 _ Products and Services List. And you'll save it as a PDF. Okay. Now that you've did that one already. Let's move on. So display the following reports. The journal entry is a transaction in which there are at least two parts, the debit and credit. We know this. These are called distribution lines. Each distribution line has an account from a chart of accounts. The total debits need to equal the total credits. And you're going to use a journal entry if you need to transfer money between income and expense accounts, or you need to transfer money from an asset, liability, or equity account to an income or expense account, or if you have the old system of entering debits and credits in the general journal. You can also enter transactions using specialized screens, such as an invoice screen, receive payment, credit memo, sales receipt, check, bill, and bank deposit. To see the transactions that you've entered in Chapter 5, we can display the November 15th to November 30th, 2023 journal. So we'll go to Reports, to Journal, and we will customize the dates, November 15th to November 30th. we can switch to this classic view, which is what I prefer. And here we see all the transactions that we've done. Now here in the book, you see the same transactions broken down here. An invoice, 2, 3, 4 invoices, and a credit memo. Okay. I'm also showing 2 payments here. But maybe I was supposed to just show 4 invoices and credit memos instead of payments. Let's see, products and well, it's going to keep going on. That's right. The journal shows 6.1% sales tax for Permanente Medical Services. Account 207, Arizona Department of Revenue, payable for both Arizona, 1512, and Pima County, $1.35. 1512 plus the $1.35 is the $16.47. For Illinois, the sales tax rate is 6.25% and $25 shown for the Springfield Unified School District's account 208, Illinois Department of Revenue. Save the journal as an Excel and an Adobe PDF file. Save it using the name Chapter 5 _ journal. Okay. Now we're going to go to the reports page, and in the search field, we're going to type transaction detail by account. Reports page, transaction detail by account. And we're going to switch it to the classic view, and I'm going to custom date November 15th to November 30th. Run report. As you see here, you should see 101 checking. Then you will have 105 accounts receivable. And it will scroll all the way down where you have the detail of each of the accounts. It's okay if your transactions are in a different order. If you edited transactions, then the order may be changed. If so, you can drill down to entries from the transaction detail by account report. Save the transaction detail report by account as a PDF file. Export it to Excel and save it as a PDF file. So you're going to go again, export it to Excel, and save it. Didn't mean to do that. Enable editing. We will save it. As Chapter 5, Transaction Detail by Account. Okay. Trial balance. Go to the reports page. In the search field, type on trial balance October 1st through November 30th. Reports. Trial balance. Custom. October 1st through November 30th. You see my totals down here are $101,920 and 30 cents. Yours should match the book. $101,920 and 30 cents. $101,920 and 30 cents. Two accounts show a zero balance. 105 accounts receivable and opening balance equity. Okay? It's okay. Reports can also be filtered so that non-zero account balances are not shown, or they can be shown. Export to Excel and save as a PDF, calling it Chapter 5 Trial Balance. So we'll export this to PDF, or to Excel. Save this. File. Save as. Chapter 5 _ trial balance. The accounts receivable register, we can go to Accounting, Chart of Accounts, double-click the accounts receivable, or we can view the register. The ending balance is 0. This is the same as account 105, accounts receivable, on the trial balance. So you see reports, or accounting, chart of accounts, and then we can click on 105 accounts receivable, view the register, and you see we have a 0 ending balance. You should balance similarly, or your report should show identical to this report. Go to the reports page. From the reports page, you can type inventory valuation summary. Reports page, inventory valuation summary. And you can run the report as of November 30th. Custom, as of November 30th. Run the report. Here you see the quantity on hand, the asset value, and the average price per item. $11,960 is what you should show as your asset value. Observe that the total is the same as account 115 merchandise inventory on the trial balance. Export this report to Excel and save as a PDF file. Call it Chapter 5 Inventory Valuation Summary. File, save, Chapter 5 Inventory Valuation Summary. Go to the Reports page. In the search field, type Vendor Balance Summary. We can make all dates, or we can do it as of November 30th. As of November 30th, 23. And you should see $17,920. This is the same as account 201, accounts payable in the trial balance. Export this to Excel and save it as a PDF under Vendor Balance Summary. Export to PDF. Chapter 5, Vendor Balance Summary. Go to the Reports page, and now you're going to click on Accounts Payable Aging Summary. You can select all dates or type in November 30th and run the report. Here you'll see all of the payments are current. All of the payables are current. And again, this is going to match our accounts payable. So you'll want to go to Accounts Payable Aging Summary. You're going to make this custom November 30th. They're all current. Again, you'll export this to Excel, save this as a PDF called Chapter 5 Accounts Payable Aging Summary. You can create a sales tax liability report. Sales tax liability report showing custom October 1st through November 30th. You can run the report. And here you'll see what is due Arizona and what is due to Illinois. Mine does show this. If your sales tax liability report shows no tax sales for 2/20, that is the invoice of the 2 customers who do not pay sales tax, we can export the sales tax liability report to Excel and save it as a PDF. So mine does show this no tax agency on the 2/20 here. Okay. You're also going to display and save these reports: the profit and loss, the profit and loss comparison, balance sheet, and statement of cash flows. The profit and loss will be from October 1st of 23 to November 30th of 23. Save that, Chapter 5, Profit and Loss. The profit and loss comparison will compare October and November. So on this one, you're going to do a profit and loss comparison. Profit and loss comparison. And we're going to see custom November 1st to November 30th. And then in the compare another period field, we'll show a custom period October 1st through October 31st. October 1st to October 31st, and we'll click on the dollar change and the percent change as it wants us to here. Then when we run the report, you see it will show the changes. And yours should match this. Okay. Again, export to Excel and save as a PDF. This will be called Chapter 5, Profit and Loss Comparison. Export to Excel. Chapter 5, Profit and Loss Comparison. The balance sheet, export to Excel and save as a PDF. The balance sheet dated November 30th, 2023. You can also customize a report to show non-zero rows and columns. So you can look here. To customize report is display the report and then use the customize button. We can go to reports. We can go to balance sheet. Then we can to non-zero rows or columns, select Customize. Will show, let me make sure I've got this right, November 1st to November 30th. Columns, months, select Change Columns. Columns will have as months, non-zero rows. So then you don't have anything that is empty or that has a zero. Okay? And then we can also go and compare, do the current, and then we can do it also as of November 31st and show the changes. So you're going to create those balance sheets for October and November and save that also. You're going to do the statement of cash flows for October, November. And then you're going to look at the audit log. It displays the 200 most recent events. Dates and times in the audit log reflect when events occurred. You can use the gear bar, go to audit log, user, which is your name, dates, check all transactions, and from there, look at your audit log. Okay. Make sure you check your progress. And then you'll need to complete these exercises for homework and then also to be ready to complete Chapter 6. So guys, I hope this is helpful. Have a great week.